Alright, guys. I want to go over a couple trades that we took today and one that we didn't take. Kind of just go over what I was seeing, why I did and why I didn't take everything. So, pretty much right here, what you're seeing, this is Robinhood. This is Hood's chart. So, every morning, if you know me, you know my strategy. I mark out the 45 minutes of the prior day market price action. So, this is from 3:15 to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, as today is Wednesday. So this opens the new day, right? So I mark this out pre-market, the last 45 minutes. Make sure to include my SMAs. If we open below this Fab 4, I'm bearish. If we open above, I'm bullish, right? So as you can see here, we opened below with a nice white candle confirming that downward direction. So at this point, I was really just waiting for the 20 to start trending in that downward direction away from this narrow point here. And once that happened, then I would look for a entry event, mine being a color change engulfing right near the 20 there. So what I did was I just looked at this green candle right here, and it totally got engulfed by this white candle. So as soon as that white candle broke the low of that green candle, that was my entry. That's why the arrow is right there. That was my entry right there. And the stop loss, as you can see, I placed directly above this whole entire entry event. You just go a tick or two above the entry event, and then this 20 should trend in that downward direction, and price will follow, right? So that's pretty much what we did here. You actually got another decent entry here, right there. So these could have been add positions, and then this could have been your main profit source if you wanted to scale up in that position. But as you can see, nice move right after the entry. Stop loss never hit. We hit the lows, no problem. Once this happens, your stop loss is moved, obviously. So if you're down here and you're taking some profit, and then you're over here and you're taking some profit, and you're over here and you're taking some profit, your stop loss is obviously being moved. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna leave it there. But what I do is I leave it at the 20. So this trending 20 becomes my stop. So once price breaks above this 20, that's when I'll get out of the position. So as you can see here I wasn't out, right? Even though we retraced a little bit, I still wasn't out. Move down, move up. That's when I'm out of the position fully, because we could have got this and then another move down. And I want to be in that to the lows. So I'm making sure by using this trending 20 as my stop after you've already hit TP1, TP2, or whatever you see fit for the position in the trade. So that was really the best trade I took today. We also had the Apple swings. So I'll change my screen up here a little bit. If you see this screen down here, I called this yesterday in the server as we were right around this range. And I was saying how we were breaking out of this trend line right here, breaking this area of structure, and if we get a continuation, we could see these levels here, especially past that 270, 170 area. I alerted. So what we did was we just waited for that area to break, and it broke yesterday. It broke yesterday here. We entered long once the level broke, and then as you can see, the next morning, that's today, we were up super nice on this position. Still up, still in this position. I really want to see 280. So we'll see what the next day brings, but I alerted this in the free part of the server under trade ideas. Anybody could have grabbed this one with us. This was a swing trade. I don't do these too often, but I do them enough. You know what I mean? My bread and butter is the hood. So this right here is what I'm looking for mostly daily. But this right here, I'm also, keeping an eye on that. But NQ had a good move. Nothing too crazy. Let me switch over here. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's froze. Okay, so right here, this was the open. Right here. So this was the opening candle there. And this was price leading into the open. Okay? Not terrible, but also not the most narrow of states and not the most flat of states. So you can kind of see it's kind of coming down a little bit, the 200. It's more trending a little bit down, and so was the 20 coming into the open. It wasn't like a flat 200 with the 20 kind of like this right on it. Like that's kind of what we, and then we got price action kind of in the middle. That way it can be nice and tight, and then you get that open, and you might get a curl of a 20 and a drop like this, boom, and then that 200. That's really what we want to see, but we didn't really get that. So in the morning, in the beginning today, I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling futures too much. I was naturally gravitating to the options, anyways. So as you saw the hood trade I was in, but so once price action, price opened here, we got some movement, but it really was no direction. It was really just chopping around. And then right here, we got a drop down, but we still had a low here. So we were still kind of in this range, even with that drop. So I'm not really looking to enter there, right? Because I want to see more direction chosen. So right here we get the drop. Then you get the green candle here next to that 20 that's starting to curl down. And then immediately you get a color change right there. Now I saw this live and I was a click away from pressing it. The reason why I didn't is because I was already in the Robinhood short. And I'm not going to be such a greedy person to where I'm taking 3, 4 trades, different markets on the day and trying to manage both of them on the 2 minute time frame, and I'm not doing that. I already profited on Apple. I was already up nice on Hood. I was not going to get into a third trade and potentially risk it. But even if I made the money inside, I would feel super greedy for kind of doing that, you know. So but just showing you guys that that was an entry there on that trending 20. But even that entry, I don't love because the 20s, I mean, the SMAs aren't coming from that super narrow state. It's more of a neutral state, and they're slowly trending wider. We're not really getting that move, and then the 200s like right here, following slowly. You know what I mean? We're not really getting that momentum like yesterday. So overall, I'm not mad at not taking any futures trade today. We did 2 good green trades on options, so we'll take that for the day. But just wanted to show you guys um, a couple examples of that. Nothing too crazy. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out or comment.